Good morning, everyone. Here's a fun activity to do. You need a tray, but we've always used that because we want to confine the activity. Remember, that's very important. And if you teach your child from the very beginning that we do art activities in a defined spot, in a defined place, then you're not going to have problems with them running around the house drawing on things or worrying about spills. I have this simple tray. You also need a coffee filter, red and yellow food coloring, 2 cups. I've got clear ones. If you have an eyedropper, that's great. It's not mandatory by any means, and a paintbrush. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some red drops. Let your child do this. It's great fine motor, the squeezing, building up those hand muscles. I'm going to just put a few drops of red in one, and I'm going to put a few drops of yellow in the other one. You want to make it a dark enough color that it's going to be seen. Now I've got red and yellow. Oh, and I forgot one thing, a black crayon. And let your child draw a face on the coffee filter. If they're very young, then I would draw the face for them. So because Halloween is coming up, I'm doing mine like a pumpkin, but any face is great. This is just what I'm doing. This is a very open-ended activity. There's no specifics. And so I'm going to make a jack-o'-lantern, and I'm going to have my child color it all in with the black crayon. If this part doesn't interest them, you could do this for them. But this is a great way for them also to see how wax prevents the dye, the food coloring from coming through. So I've colored mine. I'm going to give my jack-o'-lantern a nose. Like I say, most children over the age of 3 could do this simple face. I've just drawn a very simple face. And now I'm going to, I could take my eyedropper if I have one and allow my child to put some red into the yellow. And this is a great way to teach that 2 primary colors create another color. Or I could use my paintbrush and have my child paint the coffee filter with the red. And they'll see that the color does not adhere to the wax, which is interesting for children. And then I could have them take the yellow and paint over. And what they will discover is that red and yellow make orange. Now, like I say, they could use the eyedroppers, but if you don't have one, a simple paintbrush or any implement that will spread the food coloring. And they're going to cover their whole, in my case, jack-o'-lantern, in your case, possibly face, depending what your child and you have decided. And then I'm going to cover it all with the other color. And the discovery is going to be that red and yellow make orange. So 2 discoveries. This is a really great open-ended STEM activity. 1, the color will not adhere where the wax is. And 2, I've now got an orange pumpkin. And I'm just going to hold it up, and you can see my pumpkin is now orange. You could hang these in the window. You can let them dry and hang them on the wall. They're quite pretty hung in the window once they dry. Coffee filters are great. And then my child may still want to experiment. So I could either have a 3rd container, or I could let them squeeze some of the red into the yellow. And again, they've created orange. So this is a great STEAM activity, science, technology, engineering, art, and math, because it involves science, the mixing of 2 ingredients, 2 colors to create a 3rd color. Also, that wax prohibits the colors from from dyeing the paper. And it's a great art activity because in this case, I've created a jack-o'-lantern, or it could be a face. Hope you try this simple activity with your child. There's lots of fun involved.